is it really opportune or still necessary to vote? Because a lot of awake people don't want to vote anymore, because they have totally lost faith in the system. Actually, and I was also invited to make the story complete. I was also invited in the beginning of the year to speak in Belgium at the New Year's reception of a new political party called SVD, which is Samen, voor Democratie, which is translated as Together for Democracy. And I went there, and quite a number of people that were following me were saying, "Oh, Jens, what are you doing there? Politics, it's over." But and I don't vote anymore. It's stupid. And people are really critical. Like some in the in the conspiracy community or the awake circles, people are like, if you vote, you're like it's useless. It's stupid. And they're saying, I don't vote. I take my power back. But I really don't agree with that. And I also don't agree with the judgment on people who do vote. They're like, oh, you're naive. You think you can change the system. But as long as we have a vote, I think we have to use it, because we are part, whether you like it or not, we are part of a collective. We are energetically connected to the place where we live. We are energetically connected to the group we are part of. We are energetically connected to the country where we live. You're a Canadian, you're a European, you're an American, you're a Canadian. We are connected, no matter how you twist or turn. You can try to be outside of it, and that can work up to a certain point. But we are all connected. So and we can have an influence on that collective. So as long as we do have a vote, I am a proponent of voting. Of course, you got to vote on the right people. Like last elections, I didn't vote because there was no party that totally fit my opinions and my convictions, right? So I didn't vote. Now with that new political party where I was invited, I would have voted on them, but they were not big enough yet. So they were not part of the the electorate. They were not on the list. They were not on the list, so I couldn't give them my vote. But next time I will give them my vote, because they're against the New World Order. They're against the medical tyranny that happened during in 2020. They are totally pro freedom, and there was no other party up until that point that had that. So that's why I didn't vote. But I did not vote because there was no. Because I didn't want to vote. No, I want to vote, but it needs to be for the right party that at least in a large part confluences with what I believe and what I stand for freedom. So yes, I do think it's important to vote, and a lot of people don't agree with this, especially in the awake circles. But even if it's for a small party, your vote matters, and even if that small party only gets one seat, at least they can have a voice. It doesn't mean that they will get into power, but if they only get one seat, they have a voice in parliament. In my opinion, it's like a form of bypassing. If you don't vote, then it's like spiritual bypassing. I'm not going to care about it. But if you're not involved, if you don't care about it, you can just as well do nothing, right? Because then why are we speaking out, right? If you don't think anything can change, then why are we speaking out even against the system if you don't vote? So that's really important. If anything at all, it's a statement that you want to change the reality you're in. We are not here to just be bystanders. We are here to be active, to get involved, to transform this reality. Not to stand aside and watch it turn into a dystopian nightmare. There is so much infighting also going on. There was in the awake circles in Belgium, there were so many parties, and there's I have to say like it is. There's jealousy. There's infighting, people who want to be the boss, you know how this goes in politics. So you have to really have people who are really dedicated, and who can put their egos aside, which is not easy, because a lot of people go in politics for their ego. I've seen it also in the, awake circles. But I think with SVD, so Together for Democracy, and I'm going to show their site here. So this is Belgian site. These are the guys. I really like them. I support them. And this is Dr. Steve de Vos. He's the chairman of the party. So he talks about freedom also. He was also a doctor. He's a doctor, a specialist, dermatologist that spoke out against all the stupid mandates that we had in 2020. Spoke out against the medical tyranny. So I really support these guys. So that's that.